guys, welcome to my video. I just wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about what's going on with my blog. I've been getting a lot of questions, mostly just somewhere around the ballpark of, are you vegan now? And it's funny because a lot of people will ask me that question, like they're scared that they're gonna offend me by asking me if I'm vegan, which is clearly not offensive since I have been posting a lot of vegan recipes on my blog. And I wanted to address that. I wanted to let y'all know not only why I have been doing that, but also what you can expect from my blog in the future. I actually wrote some notes because I'm nervous and thought that notes would be helpful. If you were to ask me right now, am I vegan? I would say no, I am following a vegetarian lifestyle. There are kind of a lot of reasons for this, but to keep it simple, I've just always kind of felt this way. I've never been vegetarian, but I've always it's always been like this inkling on my soul that I wanted to go vegetarian. I tried it in college for a hot minute and it didn't last for very long. But in college, meals for me consisted of whatever I could get at the student center and whatever I could heat up in a microwave. So I didn't have a ton to work with, but now it's just something that I've done a lot of research on and I've looked into it a lot, and I really have just been ready to make that change. Another question I get a lot is Steven vegetarian? Steven's my husband, if you don't know, and no, he is not vegetarian, and kind of doubt he'll ever go vegetarian. For any of you that know him, you know that it is just very unlikely he will ever go vegetarian, and that's fine. Cooking in our house has actually been pretty easy. I do the majority of the cooking, so I've been making a lot of recipes that are very easy to just add meat to. So just the other night I did some stuffed shells. So it was rice and beans and some other things. And so what I do is that I mix the beans in last and just kind of like split it into two so that I could mix beans into mine, and then we mixed chicken into his, stuffed it into the bell peppers as we usually would and baked them. I just kind of made a mental note, like these are the meat ones, these are the vegetarian ones, and it worked out great. We did the same thing the other night with enchiladas. We've done the exact same thing with pizza, just a half and half pizza. So far it's been really easy. So something else that has kind of inspired me to go vegetarian is that about 2 years ago, if you follow me on my blog or social media, you've probably seen, but around 2 years ago we got some backyard chickens. We currently have 5 hens, and it was this really weird dynamic of being outside, feeding treats to my chickens, doing everything to make sure that they were well taken care of and to make sure that they were gonna thrive in their lives, and then to come inside and then be cutting up chicken for dinner, which happened on a rather daily basis because I used to eat a lot of chicken. It just was weird, and I kind of just didn't really like it, and that was a big thing for me. Like, I didn't think at first that getting chickens would make me not want to eat chicken, but it did. Of all the things, red meat, fish, anything, chicken is the one thing that I don't think I will ever eat again, and nor do I want to. Like, it actually kind of turns me off. And I think it's just because all I can think about are my 5 backyard hens outside just playing while I'm like inside cutting their brothers and sisters up. You can call me a huge softie for that one, and I'm totally okay with that because that's, I don't know, just how I feel. Another final thing that really inspired me to go vegetarian is that I have done a lot of research on it. I watched quite a few documentaries. I also did a lot of reading on kind of breaking those documentaries down, because I've tried to be better about just not watching a documentary and being like, oh, that's 100% truth. So I've been watching the documentaries and then doing more research to follow up on those documentaries and on the facts that they portrayed. So it just really opened my eyes. I watched a lot of it, and that was kind of a big factor for me. And I'm gonna leave some documentary recommendations down in the description. Chances are you've at least heard of a lot of them. I'm gonna tell you where you can find them, but the majority of them are on Netflix. So back to the question at hand, am I going vegan? That is a little bit of a loaded question for me, which I'm kind of gonna break down as quickly as I can. I would like to, I'm in the process, I guess you could say, of steering my life more towards a vegan lifestyle. For at least one main reason, will never be fully vegan, because as I mentioned, I have backyard chickens. There are a lot of schools of thought on backyard chickens. I've heard some vegans say that even if you treat them well, you're still exploiting the chickens by taking their eggs away from them. My chickens live amazing lives. They have this awesome, we have a few acres, they have like this whole big area just for them that is fenced in so that they are fully free range, and yet they are protected from most things that would want to kill them. I lock them up in their coop at night. I give them watermelon and cucumber during the summer, and I give them oatmeal and warm foods during the winter, and they are just very, very well taken care of. I could go on and on about how well my chickens are taken care of and how much I love them, but I won't. All of that is mostly to say that I do eat their eggs and I plan on always eating. As long as I have backyard chickens, which I plan to be kind of forever, I always had them. I keep kind of pointing that way because that's where the chickens are. They're over there. Yeah, so I have the backyard chickens. So I will always eat eggs. I think eggs are great for you and I enjoy eating them. I have them for breakfast at least a few times a week, and then I cook and bake and do a lot of things with them. Meat, I don't know if I'll ever eat meat again. I kind of do feel like that's the thing that like it was kind of easy for me to cut out. I'm surprised how easy it was for me to cut out. The last time I really had meat I've had like a few tiny slip ups, but the last time I really had meat was Mother's Day. So I think about 3 months ago. So around 3 months ago, I've had a little bit of fish, which I do kind of want to fully cut out, but I've had a little bit of fish and sushi. But that's the thing that like I'm kind of more or less quickly transitioning to cutting that out. So the biggest thing that I am struggling with in kind of eating a more vegan lifestyle or cutting out animal products has been dairy. I do like milk, but I've never been a huge milk drinker, but it's mostly cheese has been the really hard thing. I'm really struggling to cut out cheese from my diet. Which is nice, there's a lot of substitutes, vegan cheese substitutes, but they kind of mostly suck. If there are some good brands out there that I need to try, please let me know what they are, because I've tried a lot of different brands and for the most part they kind of suck. I will say I've discovered that they taste better, like if you sprinkle them on top of a casserole or something and bake it and they're in their melted form, I've discovered that they're kind of better. But to just eat cheese out of the fridge, which is one of my all-time favorite things to do, I haven't found one that like is even worth putting in my mouth. I haven't really liked them. So that's been the hardest thing for me. So I've still been eating a little bit of cheese, and I've still been putting a little bit, I would say a couple days a week, I'll put a half and half creamer in my coffee, which I really like. That's another thing, like almond milk or coconut creamer, they just don't do it for me. So I'm kind of trying to like slowly transition that way. That's been something I've really struggled with. Another reason that I have cut out dairy was that I heard it helped with acne. Around a year ago, I started getting really bad acne along my chin line. So we're kind of on my neck and around my chin. And before that, I hadn't been getting acne at all. And so that was very, very frustrating because I kind of just, you had your teenage years of like raging hormones and tons of acne, and then that went away and I was taking very good care of my skin, washing it several times a day. And it seemed like no matter what I did, I was still getting this acne, and it was so, so frustrating. So I had read that cutting out dairy from your diet can help with that. So I tried it, and within a few weeks, my face completely cleared up, and basically I haven't gotten another pimple since. And I have still been, as I mentioned, eating some dairy, a little bit of cheese here and there. So even though I've had a little bit here and there, it seems like cutting, I would say like 75% of it out has been enough to really help my face. So what can you expect from my blog moving forward? So moving forward, I plan to be posting, I would say about 90% vegan recipes, with the only exception being that I will be posting some egg recipes. I actually worked on and made it about 4 times before I finally got it right. But I actually today just photographed a dairy-free creme brulee. I feel like eggs are fairly easy to get. It's fairly easy to get ethically sourced eggs, and so maybe it's not something everyone will want to do, but it's part of my lifestyle. And I know that I do know a lot of people that live a mostly vegan or like maybe dairy-free but do eat eggs. So it's something that I will be including in on my blog because, again, I will always have backyard hens, and as far as I know, they will probably always be giving me eggs. So if there's anything that I left out of this video, something really important that I wanted to say, I will make sure to write that up in my blog post. And again, I will leave the link in the description below. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or maybe some tips to help me lead a little bit more of a vegan lifestyle, especially cutting out dairy and cheese, I need a lot of tips on that. But if you have any great tips, please leave them in the comments below. You can shoot me an email or comment on my blog post. Again, the link to that is down in the description. I'm pretty responsive to blog posts and emails, so maybe that's the best way to get in contact with me. Also, I wanted to let y'all know that I plan on doing a lot more videos like this. So if you have any questions or anything that you would like me to talk about, please let me know and maybe I can make a video on it. And I would also really like to do some more vlogs, as I mentioned at the beginning. I really want to do some more vlog style videos. At the absolute least, I will be traveling a few times later this year in the fall. And so I want to do some fun vlog. I feel like when you travel, vlogs are fairly easy because you're seeing a lot of new things and eating a lot of great food. So I'll be in DC and then in Portland. So at the least I'm gonna vlog those. So please subscribe to this channel. I'm also gonna be starting a vlog channel that I will put those separate vlogs on that vlogging channel. So please go to subscribe to that down in the comments. It would mean so much to me. All right, thanks so much for watching and I will see you on my next video. Bye. All right, hey guys. No. Boy, oh goodness. Okay, you can stay right there. Is that good? I don't know. I'm just standing here. I have to say something. Say bye to the internet. Bye, internet. It's pushing me up. All right, these are the two little monsters that were right next to me the whole time I was doing the video. Say hi to the internet, Lexi. Oh, she wants you to give her belly rub. Can y'all do that? Can you rub her belly? Say bye to the internet, Zorro. Bye, internet.